Finally got this sunroof back in. Got the controls all working. And I'll show you how I went about doing it. Time to put the sunroof back in. I finished off that roof. It's welded in. I've spot welded it all in on the sides and around, and then just epoxy primed all the bare metal just so it doesn't rust. So I've got the template there. I'm just going to mark it out. That's a piece of roof off another car that I removed the sunroof from. So I'll just use that to mark out the cut. It's it's 220 to the edge of the cut from the front of the roof, and that curve follows the curve of the roof at the front. So it's 220 in. And it seems to be the same on, I know VX Commodore is the same, so I'm guessing from probably VL up to VX, at least there, that's where the measurement is, probably VZ as well. Yeah, I measured the actual measurement off another car that had a factory sunroof, a VL, and it was 220 as well. So if anyone's wanting to know what that is, that's what it was. Anyway, so I'll mark that out and I'll start cutting. There's also normally another rail under the roof that runs up through here. I've reinstalled that one, but it's easier to get that rail out of the way before you start cutting, because I'm going to use a jigsaw just so I don't make too much heat. If you're doing a car that's already got a painted roof, you'd want to use jigsaw and drill bits to start the hole, just so you don't melt the paint. Yeah, but do that first if you're going to do it. So that's all removed. In the video, probably notice I'm not cutting on the line there. That was because I had originally marked it in the wrong spot. So I had to move it. It was slightly twisted. So I had to shuffle it forward and remark it. So it's definitely on the line where I need to be. I've just gone around and marked with texter where these plug welds are going to be. I'm just going to go around with the punch and punch some holes for that. If you were putting one in and it was a painted roof and you don't, obviously not going to want to weld it, this is a product I've used before. It works quite well. It's a structural acrylic adhesive, 2-part with the initiator, and that works really well. That sets really hard and it won't move. But I've chosen to weld this in because it's going to be a better thing to have it properly fitted to the roof. I can't remember in the video, I think I said 220mm too. It's actually 210 from the front edge to there. I might have said 210, I'll go back and review it, but it's 210 from the front edge to the cut. So we're just about to put this sunroof in. I've put the roof lining back, or the insulation back in. I'll cut it back away from where it's going to be welded. Hopefully it doesn't catch it on fire. I've got to run a bead of Sikaflex on the back edge, so hopefully that stops any sparks getting through. Just put some weld through primer where the plug holes are. I've got the sunroof prepped to go in. Yeah, just got to clamp it in and see how she goes. So I've got that all set in there. Just going to go around and start doing these plug welds. Looks like it's sitting pretty good. I'm just working my way around. I've got some plug welds done. I'm just doing a plug weld, then cooling it completely with air, just so I don't distort any of the roof. Yeah, so you wouldn't want to be welding that and then just keeping on welding. You'll end up with buckles everywhere. So do one spot with one plug weld, cool it, and then move on to the next. That seems to be going quite well. Obviously, if you're going to glue it in, you wouldn't have to worry about this, and if you're not going to paint the roof, then that's what you'd do. You'd use the adhesive, but the adhesive's really expensive. So I think this would be better in the long run anyway. Anyway, I'll keep going. So I've got the roof all stripped, and now I've just put some converter gel on it just to get the very light bit of rust that was on it that had been starting underneath the spray, what looked like spray putty. I think that might have been what it was. I definitely don't want any more rusting. So I'll let that do its job, and then I'll neutralise it, and hopefully tomorrow I'll get some primer on it. So that's all stripped back to bare metal. It was a fair bit of work, this one, because of the rust that has started under the primer. But yeah, she's looking good now. So I'm going to throw some deoxidine on it now, and then I'll get it in epoxy. And that one's ticked off the list. So that's it for this video. Roof's back in place, sunroof's in. It's been a massive job, but I think I'm happy that I did it. Next we're moving on to filler on the roof as well, getting that all nice. But I'll leave the video here. Hope you enjoy it.